Do you ever suffer from paralysis by analysis? Can you step back and simplify? Do you know what really matters? Isn't it all about having a system that fits your soul? Isn't it about knowing yourself just as well as you know the market? Have you found the patterns that speak to you, that feel like home? Are you still looking? Isn't that beautiful? Have you been honest in your back testing? Or did you bend the truth a little, hoping the system would love you back? Do you know that honesty in testing is the seed of confidence in trading? That the worst-case scenario might be your best teacher? Do you ever enter a trade without knowing your stop? Why risk your future without a safety net? Isn't it better to fall into profit than into panic? Are you learning to love your cheat sheet? To memorize patterns not just with your mind, but with your muscle memory? Can you close your eyes and see them now, morning stars, engulfings, doji at support? And truly, why would you ever go back to bar charts? Why give up the color, the shape, the nuance, the poetry of candles? When you look at a chart now, do you see what the market is feeling? Do you see exhaustion in the tails, greed in the gaps, uncertainty in the doji, courage in the engulfing? Do you understand now that candlesticks aren't just tools, but mirrors? That they show you not just what is happening, but how it happened, and perhaps, what might happen next? Isn't it like watching the past whisper to the future? Can you sense when the sentiment shifts, when the bulls step back and the bears breathe in? Doesn't a single candle sometimes feel like a turning point in history? And tell me, isn't it foolish to trade without understanding the crowd? Isn't it dangerous to ignore the story the chart is telling you? Have I convinced you yet that technical analysis isn't nonsense, but narrative? And if you were a cynic when you started, are you still one now? Or have you begun to feel the pulse of the market beating through the charts? Can you admit that maybe, just maybe, there's value in listening to the balance of power? And aren't candlesticks one of the most elegant, intimate, and immediate ways to hear that balance? So, what are you going to do with this understanding? Will you use it? Will you trust it? Will you test it? Will you treat it with curiosity, with care, with reverence? Will you remember this every time you open a chart, every time you place a trade? And now that you've seen the market like this, will you ever look at it the same way again?